Peace, peace, family. Today I like to talk about gang stalking, origins, operations, and tactics. For those of you out there who are targeted individuals like myself, you will recognize many, if not all, of these schemes. For those of you who are not targeted individuals, I will give you many credible sources to do further research on by the end of the video. And for those of you who are skeptics, I will give you many things to strongly consider by the end of the video. Now, some of you may be asking yourself, what is this gang stalking program we're hearing more and more about every day? What it is a post-2000 COINTEL program. COINTELPRO, which existed on paper from 1956 to 1971, is America's version of the old Stasi program. The Stasi program was originated by Adolf Hitler during World War II. He took 600 or so psychologists that were developing projects for mind control under the philosophy that the war of the future would be a psychological war. Members of the Stasi were spying on the population using the diverse network of citizens turned informant. The strategy of the Stasi was to divide any opposition by overt and covert measures. This includes the psychological destruction of the victim. One of the main attributes known as Stasi symbolism is the color red. So after World War II, majority of those psychologists were brought over here to America and placed under the supervision of the CIA. Now the CIA used them to implement a project known as Project Paperclip. That project went on to sprout other projects known as MK Ultra and Project Monarch, resulting in COINTELPRO and Citizens on Patrol like you see today. Now this program is driven by hate, plain and simple. It's methodically designed to psychologically attack the TI in every facet. It's an all-out assault on one's existence. These attacks are personal in nature and are designed to attack the TI while he occupies the same space as the non-victim simultaneously. It's methodical in design and executed to damn near perfection. Now, you may be asking yourself, how is this gang stalking possible? Or how is this community harassment taking place and we're not aware of it? Well, there are two major factors involved here. One is the methodology used to drive the program, and two is the street level perpetrators used to carry out the program, which I'll be coming back to later in this video. First is the methodology used. What these perps like to use is a tool known as sensitization. If you would, take a look at these next couple video clips. Okay, so nothing unusual there, right? Just the one headlight and construction site, right? Now take a look at these next few images. Peep the block in here. You'll notice this will be a common thing. Always at right angles and intersections. Like again here with the blocking. In front of my job across the street, all this construction going on. Need some popcorn, baby. Jesus Christ. Third construction site today. Look at this shit, man. Can't make it up.
We're looking to experience some added benefits of using your card.
So I pull on my street, and this is what I see. More construction, American flag all on it. That's not even the best part. Another white truck here. White. That's not even the best part. Look at this, man. This is amazing. This is today, dog. I'm all the way out in Saginaw. This shit was not out here yesterday. Red car in front of me. Kind of whole shit. Right by the Target sign. Now, if you've seen these images each day, every week, for several weeks and several months at a time, even several years, you would become sensitized to these images. And as a sensitized person, alongside someone who is not sensitized, when the two of you seen these, you would have two totally different reactions. The one sensitized would be on high alert, while the one not sensitized wouldn't even notice, or there would be no reaction. Pretty slick, huh? Very methodical. Now, obviously I've been sensitized to cars with one headlights and construction. Currently, I'm also sensitized to out-of-state tags, primarily the states of Florida and Ohio, with a new emphasis on random states, including California. I'm also sensitized to undercover police tags marked with X, local agencies, including police and ambulance, and of course the color red, with the additions of white, black, blue. Now, this leads me into my next tactic of sensitization known as color coding. Color coding is used to condition your mind. There are four main colors used to sensitize you, but no, perpetrators can be in any vehicle or any color. First, you have the original OG Stasi red. Next, you have the colors black and white. Then finally, you have this light blue. Depending on what program or list you're on, is to determine the colors that you'll see. Or you can be like myself and see them all. Now, this is how you know what to look for. A lot of these color-coded cars will be marked with the X tag for undercover police or no tag at all. Color coding can also be displayed to you in perpetrators' clothing, hair, shoes, bags, and general attire. The colors can also be flagged to you with items placed deliberately around you. Now, the next tactic I would like to cover is tracking. There are three main ways perpetrators use to track you. First would be your cell phone, which I'll go more in depth into in another video as far as how to combat it. But basically, many agencies tap into your phone, bug your phone to track you. Second is your car. Hidden GPS detectors are found in your car, in your vehicle. With newer models, they tap into your smart system and track you that way. Then finally, number 3 is microchipping targeted individuals. If you're a targeted individual and you have went in for any surgeries as of lately, I would like you to look into neurotransmitters and different type of chipping that is used to track you. This, along with the street level perpetrators, are all used in tactic to track you. Now, let's talk a little bit more on how this project is managed before we get into the rest of these tactics and how one becomes a victim to it. First, let's take a look at the FBI and what they consider to be a potential domestic terrorist. Here I have a list of 72 characteristics the FBI searches for when considering if one is a homeland threat. Included on this list are those who are anti-abortion, those who are anti-nuclear, and those who simply want to make the world a better place. Now, upon closer study and looking at this list, one can conclude that any one or more of these behaviors can pertain to anyone in the U.S. In other words, this list has been cleverly designed to include anyone and everyone. Anyone can be labeled a homeland threat. Not targeted today, targeted tomorrow. Now, fusion centers is where information is compared and processed that is harvested from phone calls, emails, medical records, and purchase history. The FBI, CIA, and DHS compare, dissect, and fuse this information at these fusion centers. The real problem, however, lies in the ease of manipulation. This is where the problem originates and the abuse of the agenda for a search for a homeland threat is exploited. This article I have here is from the Examiner, dates back to September 28, 2011. It's one of the better articles I've read describing this injustice, and I like to share a few key points. Number 1, FBI documents obtained by human rights groups show that 8,000 American targeted individuals are being secretly persecuted because their names are on a strictly confidential government watch list. Now, this article dates back to 2011. I think 300,000 is a more realistic number for nowadays. Number 2, this document includes a notice issued December 21st, 2010 to field marshals from counterterrorism, which states in capital letters, Do not advise the subject that they may be on a terrorist watch list. Number 3, ever made someone angry? A person who agrees with the American way of revenge, such as calling your name to the local fusion center? Ever jilted a lover? According to those protecting the fatherland, these situations are sufficient enough to be targeted and kept on the watch list no matter what. Number 4, and frankly the most disturbing, it only takes 2 people to report a target. That's right, 2 people. Herein lies the problem. You take the 72 characteristics the FBI is searching for when determining if one is a homeland threat and combine that with the 2-person witness account that one is a homeland threat, and you are now set up for one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of the world. And when you are deemed a homeland threat, you will experience one of the most bizarre transitions in life you could ever imagine. There is no process, no due process, and there is no day in court. Your harassment is relentless. Now, let's look at some of these perpetrators out in the street and a tool or tactic they like to use known as street theater. Notice the hand signal there. Here he tries to make his presence known to me. Notice the American flag, another form of symbolism, with the Stasi red shirt. Now that signal he sent, here comes witness number 2. Notice at this point they both bend over. This is going to lead me into my next street theater tactic, booty bandits. Now, being cautious on what water I selected, I decided to go for a jug instead of case. Even though I came to a random store, they were obviously here. And right when it couldn't get any weirder, my middle name is called on the intercom.
Jeremy, Apollo 101, Jeremy 101.
And she don't got on red, but look what color car she got in. Same lady that bumped into me in the aisle. Now, as I arrived to the gym, the staff members started hovering over me and spraying Casa. People walk by right here. It's all synchronized. Now, this whole booty bandit thing is a common street theater tactic like the coffin. What I actually think is behind it is just a push to make you gay subconsciously, but it's also because a demon is controlling these people's spine, the base of their spine. So Right here, he bends over as I finish. Now here's another example out in the street. I see it at work as well. Now, ambulance symbolism is a subliminal to community announcement. But here they were also messing with my electronics. Here I went to eat and they pulled up right behind me. Remember, FedEx is one of the local agencies from the beginning of the video. At the gas station, on road, and this is from a video at an intersection. Now, just as bad as the ambulance is the police harassment and gangstalking. This is street theater. Notice how they cross exactly at this time. It's all set up. Community harassment, this shit is all set up. Look at these fucking clown ass fucking puppets. So I'm here at the gas station and two officers pull right up and just sit behind me. Pulled in here. One Oakland County Sheriff. But this is not even the best part. Because in the following video, 3 more are gonna pull up. 8931. Less than 30 minutes later. Same spot. So I just got out of Oakland County Jail. 3, 4. It's all theater. 5, 6. Officers all there. Hey, I was wondering what was going on. Nothing's going on? This is the second time you guys pulled up here. Okay. So he's getting coffee. There's 1, 2, 3 officers. 4. And this kind of shit I go through. So this is downtown. A row of officers just eerily roll past me, more than like 10. Getting gas, and guess who posts up behind me? Another 2. I'm here at the gas station, getting gas. And I have both of these cars on me, 2112 and 1418. Obviously sitting here harassing. Now, as I enter gas station, notice how the perpetrator speaks loud to make my presence known in cursive. Hi, can I get 10 on the other side of 11? Still sitting out here, right behind my car. So here he asks, have I seen a white Charger? And he knows he's here harassing me, but he has to play it off. I've seen nothing, sir. I'm just getting gas. I appreciate it. Theater. So that's the reason, alright? Yeah, she's still sitting there. Back around. I'm getting ready to pull up. I just got the gas and now they're both pulling up. What a coincidence. Here's an officer talking to an undercover. And more on the road. And more. So this officer was called to my house by my roommate, who was also gang stalking me as well, masquerading as a crazy old lady.
She had a bunch of stuff taken, so I was just make sure I don't know if you saw him or not.
No, man, I have not been here. I have no idea what's going on.
Cool.
Do you know that she has mental illnesses, correct?
No, I don't.
Oh,
No, I don't. Whoever told you that? I didn't even
The
know
landlord, the owner knows about it.
They're all in on this.
Oh, yeah, we just talking.
And this is a
So
whole
what is the reason that
theater.
you're coming today?
At the end of
What is
this
the reason that you're
video, I'm arrested for a charge that was dismissed,
Yeah, so
and I was
trying to
arrested
let
for
you
a
know
warrant
you
that
do
was
a-
newly
you
brought
are
back
aware
up.
that she's not
So
fully
he came
competent.
here
Yes, I am very comfortable.
with the
Well, the
intention
landlord
of
usually
getting
handles,
her stuff right,
situations
figuring out
and
where her
stuff for
stuff
her
was.
because
And at the end of this video, he
Poop
tells me turn
and,
around and arrest me because I have a
and
warrant.
just
Why
not
are you making things worse on me?
really functioning in total right
Do
capacity.
I act
So.
like I'm not functioning to you, or do I act like a person
Yeah, I mean,
who's
this,
been
if you can just
around
finish,
and
if you just
been
finish the
fucked over
statement.
so many times, it's not funny. And all these
So,
people are his little
you stayed here
fuck
for a minute?
buddies.
You've been here a while? Lived with her here for a while?
No, man, I don't like I told you,
That's
I don't
right,
have
you don't know shit.
anything to answer for you, man. I work, go to sleep. I have nothing to do with that. I don't know what's
You don't
going
know
on.
the people that come in here.
Does
You might
somebody
not
live over
even
here
know
too?
that Steve's ever been here.
Yeah, I don't know if she's here or
But the
not.
only person that I've talked to is Marissa.
So right here, he asked me my name.
Marissa's the only one that I told about my husband.
What's your name?
And talked to about my husband.
I'm not involved with this, man. This
Oh,
is
so I'm
No,
sure.
you're right.
But later pulls up a
nothing
warrant
to
with
do
my
with
name
Marissa?
on it after he
So what is
arrested
she
me and
doing
put
now?
me in
She
the
writing
car.
a report?
So he knew my name the entire time.
Okay,
This
so
was
what
an
I'm saying is she
illegal
didn't need
arrest,
legal representation or anything to.
and this is
She's
harassment,
writing a statement out.
domestic terrorism.
Just writing it. She's writing her side of the
When I
story.
mention legal
Yeah, well, I'm
representation,
just
notice how
saying
choppy he gets.
is that
And
if
also
other
notice that
things
he
have
does
not
not
been
have a
clear, she
body
hasn't been
cam on,
acting in a
which he
competent
later
manner.
admits that he forgot
Shouldn't
it.
someone?
I literally just met her.
Okay,
So I
so that's what I was trying to let you know. So what did she say exactly was stolen?
Medication,
Everything.
money, bunch of stuff.
It's none of his business, honey. I'll put it down on my paper. It's none. I don't know him. Please don't tell him. Thank you.
Nope.
He has no right sitting out there talking to you. Period.
Yeah, I just don't understand why the police are sitting in the house that a room that I'm renting out.
Notice he keeps pulling out his phone as if he's getting orders to do something right
And me,
before
him,
he
but the
arrests
other,
me.
my husband, 45 years. Unlike this guy who might have
You didn't
known
see any
anything
older-
about me for 2 seconds.
No, I didn't see anyone here, but she does have guests come over, frequent over. So I don't know, maybe it's one of them. There is another roommate here.
That lives here or over here?
She's here, but she's not here now.
Oh, that's just that was the bathroom or something.
Well, I know she was here earlier because I tried to talk to her through the door before me and my friend left.
She hasn't been acting like she's in the best shape of mind. So for you to just come all the way in here like this.
Asking me about my vehicle now.
I thought it was her car in the driveway. Is that your car?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is, and I bet you if you call it, it's nobody's name, no insurance on it. I bet you.
Car is insured and in all legal representation. So notice the eye signal. This is right before he arrests me.
So you rent here too, then? You said?
I'm a tenant of the
Out
house,
of bed.
so if it really, man, like I told you, I already answered.
Car posted the next morning after this next video.
Pulled up to the hotel. I keep sitting there waiting on me. Now, I like to step into my next tactic, known as food poisoning and drugging. You have to understand, if these people will go this great length to survey you and do all these things, organize all these things, they have somebody posted at every grocery store you go to, every fast food place you go to. And to the disciplined ones like myself, who are vegetarian or vegan, they even drug your water. So you have to be careful with that. Also, weed from dispensaries or whatever drug of choice is all sus, and a strong possibility it's been tampered with. Now, the next tactic I like to cover is electronic harassment or energy weapons. Electromagnetic field weapons, commonly known as EMF weapons, are used to attack you through biological signal ranges. Biological signal ranges such as nervous system, muscular signals, brain signaling, cardiac signals, respiratory signals, and so on and so forth. EMF biosignal weapons compare their signals through brain-computer interfaces. For these, it is common for a computerized chip to be placed in someone's cell phone or body. Next, we have V2K, or voice-to-skull technology. Voice-to-skull technology, voices are signaled to the targeted individual's head to harass them or to influence their behavior. Others are tricked into psych wards because they can't understand where the voices are coming from. But I want to let you know that you are not crazy, and to go get help at an official facility is probably the worst move that you can make. Next, we have RNM, also known as remote neuromonitoring. This can be basically broken down to satellite terrorism. Satellite signals are sent down to the targeted individual. Now, this is a brief video on electronic harassment. I will create another video with more detail and how to defend yourself against it as well. The next tactic I like to cover is family and friends, abuse, and betrayal. When you are in this program, this is something that you need to look out for. It's a tactic to be used against you. I started first noticing it. My mom condoned abuse from my stepfather. She then allowed him further moving forward to sign me up for unemployment during the corona. That took a whole lot of money out of me and allowed me to be transient homeless, which is part of the program. I was constantly kicked out from family member to family member. First I moved with my great cousin. She got paid. Then I moved with my other cousins. They got paid. Then I moved with her mother. She got paid. And so just on and so forth. I have a little proof of the betrayal in these next two video clips.
You gonna call the police on me? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong, Mom? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And I'm working right now and everything is going good. Wow, and she just hit me.
Give me my phone.
And she just hit me and it's all on camera.
Give me my phone.
It's all on camera. She just hit me.
Give me my phone.
Look, I'm gonna give you your phone. Why would you just swing at me and hit me? Mom, Mom, what are you doing? Here's your phone. Here's your phone. Here's your phone. I gotta get my stuff out of the back.
Go get your Arizona.
I gotta get my stuff out the... Mom, so you gonna hit me? What are you doing? Out of her car.
Sir,
I'm getting out of her car. The door is wide open right now. The door is wide open and she pulled off with the door open. Why would you call the police on me as if I did something to you wrong? Mom,
please get
you
out.
just took me to a dealership to buy a car.
Please
You
get
just
out.
took me to a dealership
Please
to buy a
get
car.
out of my car.
Why are you doing this
He
to
will
me?
not get out.
Because you calling the police
Sir, he
on
would
me
not
for no
get out.
reason. Why are you gonna call the police on me?
Domestic violence. Please get out.
Domestic violence? I touched you?
Cameron, I want you out.
Okay.
Now, let me re-emphasize. This has to be one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of the world. And for those of you in the public sector who are skeptics, I hope I gave you something strongly to think about and to consider. Not targeted today, targeted tomorrow. I highly recommend this article from the Examiner back in 2011 and the study of agoraphobia and gang stalking by UC Berkeley goes without saying. Once again, not targeted today, targeted tomorrow.